Hello everyone, it's Dawn. I'm back again, and as promised, our next video for our crafting as a business, I'm going to give you a guide on how we need to, or how we should and how we shouldn't price our products. So I'm going to show you one of my products, and then I'm going to give you a breakdown of how I calculate my prices. And I'm going to give you a few tips as how you shouldn't do it, because there are a couple of misconceptions going around as to how crafters should price their products, and some of them are completely wrong. So a couple of them are completely wrong. So I'm going to show you this. This is a letter writing set which I designed some time ago now. So hopefully you can see it. It's got a bit dark now, and I haven't got my light switch on. But if I put the light on, perhaps you can see it a bit better. I'm not sure that that's much better, but there you go. But I'm sure you get the idea. So we've got some paper, writing paper, we've got envelopes, we've got note cards and the like, and a pen and the case. So when you're doing your pricing for something like this, you need to take everything into consideration. So this will sit on a desk, and I'm just going to prop it up there so that you can sort of see it. And then what I'm going to do, in my book, I've given a breakdown. So the first thing you need to do, you need to break down your approximate costs. You're not going to be able to do it to the last penny or the last whatever your currency is in your country, but in England it's the penny and the pound, so you're not going to be able to do it to the last penny, but you can round it up. So for example, I've used 3 sheets of mount board, or you can use chipboard if you want to, and because there are 10 in a pack and I knew how much the pack cost, which I can't remember now, but I calculated that 3 sheets would cost about £1.50. 10 envelopes are approximately £1. 10 sheets of I use cartridge paper to make this bit, the note card. So 10 sheets of cartridge paper are approximately £3. So for the pattern paper plus images, and the images are these paintings, which is one of my hand-drawn or hand-painted roses. So they are about £1, and for this bit here, for the case, I covered it with sticky back plastic or contact paper or self-adhesive film, whatever you like to call it, and I used roughly half a roll. I know it doesn't look like it, but I have used half a roll roughly, and that was a cost of £2.50. And then we've got the inside liner and glue, so you do have to take into consideration your glue and your tape, whatever you use. That was about £2.50. And then you've got the pen, which was £2.50. The liner was about £1, and the embellishments were also about £1. And all that came to £12.50. So that's £12.50 just for your materials to make the thing. But there are still other things you've got to consider, or you need to consider. Now, one school of thought is that you should add up your prices and then triple the value of your materials, and that should be your price. Now that's no with a capital N. You shouldn't do that, because that doesn't take into consideration other things. So for example, especially if you're working from home, you're going to be using your own lighting, your own gas and electricity. And if you're going to be working for 25% of your day, you need to charge 25%, or add 25% on top of your charges. More if you're going to be working for more of your day. And that will bring your price to £30.25. But that's only part of the story again. Because on top of that, you need to add your worth, which means you need to add your time, your skill, your expertise, your artistic integrity, your reputation, everything that you've worked for to become a professional crafter. So I would say you need to add around 35%. You could add more if you feel that would be justified, but I add about 35%. And if you add 35% to all of that, that will bring this product to £41. I've rounded it up. It's not possible to take it to the nearest penny, but around £41. So I charge £41 for this, and I get it because I know it's worth it. So I'm going to bring this back. I'm going to slide that over there, and I'm going to bring it back. Now, if you sell this, whether it's online or if you go to craft fairs, make sure you don't let anyone else talk you down. So if you're at a craft fair, for example, and you've got this or whatever you've got on your on your stall, make sure you've calculated your prices according to these guidelines, and I will put these percentages in the description box below for you so that you can look back at them, and the basic rundown of how you should calculate your prices. And a couple of other misconceptions. Some people say you should just look at it and say, oh yes, I'll give you £20 for that, but all you're looking at is aesthetic value, so how it looks. So you're not taking into consideration your artistic integrity, the artwork, the craftsmanship, the pen. I mean, these all cost money, so they have to be charged in your overall prices. And of course, these embellishments. Okay, this was a die-cut embellishment, but I still had to make it, and that takes time. And you've got a right to charge for your time. Just like if you went to any other professional, for example, if you went to a solicitor or a lawyer, they charge you £100 or $100 plus for your time. I'm not suggesting you try and charge £100 or $100 per hour, because you probably wouldn't get it. But you need to charge a reasonable amount for your time and your skill. And the other thing is, don't let anyone talk you down. If someone says, if you've set a price for your item, say for example you've set £30 for whatever it is you've made, don't let someone say, oh, I'll give you 20. Say, no, that's my prices. And if they don't want to pay your prices, move on. Let them go, because someone else might come along and say, oh, I'll have 2 of those. So don't let anyone talk you down. Know your worth, know your value, set your prices correctly and in a justified manner, and stick to it. Don't let anyone talk you out of the prices that you've set, because it's your workmanship, it's your effort that you've put into it, and it's your time and skill. And that has value. So that has just as much value. In fact, it has more value than the finished product, because if you didn't have that skill, you wouldn't have the product. So your time and your skill and your overheads have a value. So you need to add that value into your overall costs, as well as your materials, which we've laid out here. For this, I mean, obviously, whatever you'll be making, it'll be different. The materials will be different to this, at least in part. So you just calculate your materials as near as you can and as fairly as you can, and then add on these other percentages that we've talked about here. So I hope that's helped you with your prices and calculating your prices to get a fair price for everything that has to be considered. So that's it for today. In fact, that's a bit shorter than I expected. I thought that video would go on a bit longer, but we seem to have got to the point quite quickly. So we're going to leave it there. I will add all of these statistics in the description box for you so that you can look back at them. And I will see you next time. And the next time I come back, we've already got the Papercraft Society box unboxing of 38 up on the channel. So the next time I come back, we're going to take a break from business crafting, and I'm going to be showing you a project from the next Papercraft Society box. So I'll see you then. And in the meantime, take care everybody, have fun, and as always, happy crafting. Bye bye for now.